Now, I had a very long day at work, so I was very much looking forward to coming home today, starting some streaming, and clearing my map. Now, I've even dropped down a few more victory points. I think it was actually at 1,158. Looks like I've almost dropped 20 or 30 victory points, and I haven't even collected my diamonds. So in a day, yeah, wow. A lot of red in there, so that's always a nice sight. So we are just going to claim our rewards. One intel, one intel, one intel, one intel. It's 5. So 5 defensive intel. Okay, guys, so once again, we are going to boost and start with Dr.T. Now, we're going full savage here, and it is going to be a full boost. Now, I'm very much looking forward to this, because when I have this much gunboat energy with this much troop damage, it is a serious force to be reckoned with. And with the shining diamond trophy in the middle there, I think that's pretty cool. So, alright guys, let's get started here. I've got the RZCM loaded here. I've been actually practicing with them after watching a bunch of Shish Kebabbers, Shish Kebabber 1's videos, and they're pretty solid. He's got a pretty good technique with them, so I've been dabbing around with them and having some fun with it. So this should be pretty easy on Dr. Terror, but we're sending it. So if you take a look there for the gunboat energy, you'll notice that explosive drones are gone. So I don't know how you guys feel about that. I know most people thought they were completely useless, and I, for the most part, have to agree. I did have my fun with them, throwing the smoke and then throwing the explosive drone, letting it time out, and then boom! You know, you get a pretty awesome explosion. One building, normally if it's pretty weak, worked in Dr. Terror, or if you had the building pretty damaged to begin with and you just wanted to finish it off. So there we go, guys, not bad. I don't even know if we lost any troops. Yeah, looks like 2 riflemen, and we got 2 intel. So I forgot to say that actually we are starting on stage 2. I think I did smash stage 1 right before I left to work. Hey, what's up, Brian Bolda? What's up, man? And looking forward to, well, finishing stage 2 and then the rest of it right there. So once again, we did do stage 1. Right on, man. Oh, I hope you enjoy the content, and if you do like what you see, Brian, I hope you subscribe, man. So here we go. Stage 2. Oh, sorry, stage 3, because we did do stage 1 this morning. Stage 1 is not in the live stream. Yo, respect. That's awesome, Brian. Happy to hear that, man. So we've got the RZCM going, and this should just be a pretty solid, not even shock and charge, but, and I'm just going to reflare for the heck of it. Nice, Brian. I appreciate that, man. I will sub back. And check that out. So hopefully, do we get some intel? And we got the intel. Nice. Alrighty. So 2 stages done so far. 2 intel. Not bad. Not bad at all. I did forget to show what the starting intel was to begin with. So as you can see, just moving my face around there, holding out in 3rd in the task force right now for VP. Let's get actually right up there. So Mask is actually killing it right now, 1217, then Yun, 1146, followed by me, SkullCrusher, 1138. So 36 intel. We've got 2 already from Dr. Terror, so we have started the nightly map clearing with 34 intel. So 2 already. Let's see how much more we can get here. So let's just move it back there. Alrighty, so we're going to keep the RZCM loaded, and we're going to smash it right back into stage 4. Alrighty, so this looks pretty easy. Yeah, we're just going to drop right and let the troops do the rest. So the good thing about the RZCM here is, once again, after watching Shish Kebab's one video there, you know, there's so much going on that you're just distracting the defenses. So we're confusing them. They really don't know what's going on. And then plus having the effect with the cryos, slowing them down even more, just buys your troops more time to pretty much more carnage, more damage, and essentially take the win. Now, with how easy these stages are, and with how boosted I am, this is going to be very easy. So I'm not even going to worry about using any more gunboat energy. I mean, we're already at 215, and I'm just going to let the troops do the rest of the work. So nice. So looking at the casualties, I think we just had two riflemen die. So no intel, but you know, 2 already on stages 2 and 3. So Dr.T normally isn't that generous. I found that imitation stage, and of course Hammerman. Jesus Christ, I wish every single event essentially gave intel like Hammerman gives on every stage. It's a real boost to the task force there, especially on every Mondays. You know, intel fills up. Why? Because everyone's beating Hammerman. Okay, so we're going right back into stage 5, but before we do, if you are just joining us, we are fully boosted right there with that beautiful diamond trophy in the middle. Even has that little shimmer, as you can see. So we got a full boost going on right now. We're full savage, and we are smashing Dr. Terror before we start the map clearing. But I can see the chat going up, so I think the task force has started an operation. If that is the case, we will check it after. I am going to warn you guys now in advance. Sometimes the chat is a little unpredictable. We really do have no filters. So I do apologize if there isn't any profanity that is shown on the chat. Okay, so once again, there go the critters. And, oh, we did get shocked. Well, we're using Everspark, so let's just get some hacks in there. Buy us some time and let the troops do the rest of the work. So once again, this is why I like the RZCM so much. Just look at that. Machine guns working in our favor there. Troops are spreading. These mines are pretty weak, so even if I hit them, the medics are just going to bring my troops right back to life. Boom cannons, I don't even know why I'm shocking. Just a single shock kill. That's another good thing about having the RZCM is you've got essentially mass troops. So there's so much going on, we're confusing the defenses, and at the same time too, you know, we're slowing them down with the cryo beams there. So buying your troops even more time to get more damage in, and especially when you're boosted, it's pretty fun to play around with. You'd be surprised, you as a player, what you can actually accomplish when you give it a go. I myself have strictly been AZ or Warrior, and that's normally what I use to clear my map. But I've been tampering around with this because as I gain more VP, I'm going to be expecting more ice bases and more shield generators, and then of course more ice and more shield generators. So you've got to be prepared. Holy crap, 16 already. No, they haven't started it yet. Yeah, Brian. I'm a fan myself after playing around with it. Alrighty, so once again, go 16 chat. I am going to check that after, but the operation has not been started yet. Okay, so rocket launcher and lots of mortars. So we are going to be fired on right after. Exactly, Brian. Like in the early stages when I started playing this game, I was all about the T-Meds. You know, T-Med, T-Med, T-Med. Most players now, you know, especially at my VP, or even higher, yeah, good luck, buddy. You're not even going to come close to using T-Meds on a base. Maybe tanks and Grens, or even Skanks. Like, I love using the Skanks. Like, that was my Mega Crab go-to just because of how much damage they did. And with the troop health boosted, it was an awesome added bonus. Big fan of the Skanks. Yeah, Master Morty is insane. I love watching his videos. And Ryan has some really good technical attacks. Big fan of his videos. I've actually learned a little bit myself from watching his videos, and hopefully one day, you know, maybe be able to do a collab with him or Master Morty or any of the YouTubers really. Just getting into it is pretty fun. And then of course, you know, being good at the game and, you know, learning from them and, you know, showcasing it yourself, you know, it's pretty fun, and, you know, it's satisfying at the same time as well, and it's a good feeling. So there we go, brought the core down, stage 6, so you know we're going to get a crystal because every stage 6 on Dr. Terror always gives you a crystal. Crystal and intel, that's bonus. If they had a weapons part in there, that'd be even better. Alrighty, nice. I'm just going to reach over, turn that down a smidge. Ah, good old double-double. Okay, so we did get ourselves a large crystal, and we did get ourselves some intel. So 39.41, what are these boys doing? Okay, alrighty, so looks like we have, holy smoke, so we are calling in the hoppers. Call them in, Froggy. So if you are just joining us, we're trying to do Dr. Terror, but looks like we've just started an operation, and one of my co-leaders, Froggy, has just called in the hoppers. And looks like we got some Angry in the house as well, Angry Hulk, joining the task force for the op hit, so that's pretty cool. Looks like, alright, we'll take a look here. So who do we got going right now? Kiko official. We got some Chinese name. That's either going to be a Chinese player or a white guy that bought an account and cannot change the name. Alrighty, so let's check out this the Chinese name. On Minotaur, yeah, Froggy style. He's a real OG in my task force. We've been booming together for a while. He's even got a mini account called Little Froggy Style, which is in our feeder task force, the little OG boomers. So looks like this Chinese name player is doing pretty good on Minnow. Yeah, we're just completely interrupting the Dr. Terror and the nightly map nightly map clearing for the start of my task force operation. And I didn't even see if it was dead end or deep cut. From the looks of it, it's probably going to be deep cut because we did bring a lot of hoppers in, and we normally don't fill the house if we're doing dead end because then it's just a cakewalk for the rest of my task force. And oh my god, those were perfect shocks on Minnow. Look at that. Is that going to be a solo? No way. Wow. That was really good. Alright, any second now. That was really, really good. Oh, so it is dead end. They did fill it with dead end. Alright, so this should be pretty easy for the task force. So we've got Tricks for Kids and Kiko. So let's just check out Kiko, who's going on Orba Field with 119 force points. That is a cakewalk. This better be a solo. Or what are you doing, bud? Yeah, that shock launcher did get him. And look at that. He didn't even get it. I didn't see the beginning of Kiko's attack here, but oh well. So looks like we're gonna jump right back in to see who else is attacking here. Oh, Machina. Machina. I know, I still say Machina, but yeah, that was ouch. Okay, let's take a look here. It's going really fast, and looks like Tricks are for Kids took half of the core down on Machina there. Wow, that was pretty cool. Sorry if it's going pretty fast here. I am trying to keep up with as the hoppers hit. And looks like so far for dead end, we've had 3 of them. And no solos, but that's okay. Oh, looks like we've got Angry Hulk going in. So definitely want to check this out, especially if this is Angry Hulk from the Angry family. Absolutely massive in Boom Beach, so pretty cool, I guess, you know, to have one of their guys join us for an op hit. Alrighty. So Dixon, Dioxin, however you want to pronounce it once again, there's a pretty standard walk to this. He should flare his landing like he's doing right now. And then when he gets close enough to that flare, he should flare directly up to this boom cannon here. And then that should align his path all the way to the core. Alright, so I was off by a little bit, not directly in front of it, essentially directly above it. And then he should be doing a diagonal path almost directly above, yeah, look at that, right above the cannon. So, and if he does this right, brick there is going to hit any of the mines in the way, including that shock mine. Ouch! Oh no! And that's the risk you take of walks like these. So he's gunboat entering the core. He knows he's screwed. That was a valiant attempt there, Angry Hulk. I mean, like any walk on a base like that takes skill and practice. So he was off by, looks like, almost a millimeter or two on one of his smokes there, which created a gap. And toast. Absolute toast. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here in the chat there. So sorry, that's alright. Good job, yeah. I'm gonna let these guys know. Nice work. He's gone anyways. None of these hoppers are gonna read that, but it's a start. Okay, so we're gonna take a break from the op. We're gonna head back to the map, finish Dr. Terror. We'll do some bases on the map after, and then we will finish off with an op hit because we have started the operation. Okay, so what are we dealing with here? Looks like one shock launcher, two shock launchers in the back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 rocket launchers, one on the landing. So I think we're gonna start with the critter, drop the troops, and we're actually gonna shock right here because I want to keep my Zookas and as many of those troops alive as possible, especially on the landing. That's really risky. It doesn't take much to screw that up, so let's keep that shocked. Excellent. So we're gonna reflare in the corner here, and oh, there is a lot of rocket launchers going on there. Let's keep some of those shocked. So let's throw another critter and let's get a hack in there to start distracting those rocket launchers. Hopefully those critters will start buying our troops a little bit more time. It looks like it's working well. I've got the gunboat energy, so I am going to play around with the shocks a little bit more. Looks like the medics are doing an excellent job keeping the troops alive, which is why I was skeptical about using RZCM, because I don't like the medics, but it's a necessary part of the troop meta here, and you need them to keep the troops alive. And like, they're just pushing forward. Like, I'm throwing shocks in there, but I mean, like, I'm pretty surprised with how well this is going right now. Troops are going to hit a boom mine there. I'm actually going to reflare in the corner. Up to 42 gunboat energy per shock. Wow. Reshock that shock. We're going to throw a med kit down on the troops, and we're just going to hit that core till victory. And wow, that was, I'm not going to lie, that was like a lot of casualties, but that went a lot easier than I thought. So large crystal, no intel. Would have been nice to maybe get 2 large crystals and an intel, but we'll take it. Alrighty. Yeah, I agree with you, Brian, absolutely, but that worked out really well. Really happy with that. So Dr. Terror is finished. He's going to let me know something about 19 times. Oh no, he changed his facts up. Look at that. Alrighty. One that yeah, wow. Looks like Supercell's getting creative. They know we've caught on. Right on, Brian. Appreciate that, man. So we're going to salvage the statues here, and we're going to go back to the sculptor. And as you can see, only at 91 power powder. I am going to try more for a local leaderboard push, but I need more powders. And then if I even wanted to attempt a global VP push, I would literally need probably, like, you know, 2,000, 3,000. I think Master Morty said he had 4,000 powders when he started his push. So I'm pretty happy with what I've got right now. To get me even where I'm at, I did have 2 PSC for almost a year. I ditched a Guardian for more gunboat energy, and then literally, I think it was a few days before Mega Crab, I swapped out my PSC MP for a Troop Health MP, which then, of course, with that boosted, gives your Scorchers and tanks a hell of an added bonus for Mega Crab, which I think really helped with pushing me all the way to stage 71, 20.3% done. 42nd on the leaderboard for Canada. It's just bragging rights, but there were still 41 SOBs crazier than me, but still happy with that. So, oh yeah, we didn't even start the next one, so we can start 3 MPs. I want to get another going here, be able to start 4 MPs, which essentially is 28 PP in storage there. So we're going to switch the troops up, and I think we're going to use a little warriors right now. And I'm a big fan of the warriors for map clearing, even especially at my level. Gonna throw bullet in there as well. Big fan of the taunt. So let's start all the way over here, and the fact that we are full savage, so we're fully boosted, not even gonna bother scouting, we're just gonna send it. So let's see what we're dealing with. Okay, yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one, Brian. I'm pretty happy they switched it up. So with the attacks, at least one every hour, I think it's with 6 max, is pretty cool. So it looks like I'm dealing with 2 shield generators and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boosted, not 8 boosted ice, but 8 ice. So honestly, I think this is a base for the RZCM. Yeah, it looks like we are going to back out of this one. Little tucking my leg between my tails here, or tucking my tail between my leg here, because we backed out of the first hit. But we are going to go back to it, and let's just load that there, except we need to switch a couple out. I don't even actually have a proper layout, so I should actually save that. Get the medics in there for both Zukas. I want to use Everspark with the hack. Looks like the boys are getting active again. Nice, not bad. Alrighty, so we're going back into 2 level 3 shield generators and 8 ice over here. So this is like the exact reason of why I'm practicing RZCM, is just because of how hard the bases are going to get the higher I go up. So we've got a shield generator tucked in the corner and one in the back there. I'm probably not even going to worry about that one in the back there, but I don't like this shock blaster there. Shock blasters are always a no-no. So we've got... There we go. So that was actually 2 barrage and 4 artillery. So we still have 143 gunboat energy. I really like what we're working with, and I'm going to see where that takes me. Yep. These are the bases that I do not like going up against, but it's all part of the game here, so you need to. So we're going to shock. We're going to start throwing shocks and throwing some hacks in here. And the hacks is a very important part because it keeps those buildings distracted. And I like the fact that we've got the cryos doing their things in here. That first rocket launcher should drop. Yeah, Brian, those rocket launchers are something. So I'm actually going to shock right over here. Shock that shock. Oh, we missed the shock. Damn it. Okay, we're going to reshock that. That's more gunboat energy than I wanted to use. So we need to get a hack in here to start distracting. Okay, so we're still holding on to enough troops. I like where this is going. We're going to get another hack in here. So now I need to start shocking. So look at that. So this is why you want the the mass troops with the RZCM. Okay, so I'm gonna shock over here again because I don't like that rocket launcher. And essentially, so my phone's gonna trip out here for a second, and it's gonna do an ad. So I need to go back super quick before anything bad happens. Fantastic. Let's keep it going. So still under pressure, hitting the RZCM base. And we still got, so I want to get enough gunboat energy essentially to finish off that shock launcher. I need to take out that rocket launcher. Perfect. Okay, so let's finish these guys off. Let's get enough. I don't know if I'm gonna get this now. Crap. So we're gonna try again here. There's a lot of health here. Nope. So this might have been a failed attempt. This definitely was a failed attempt. So this is why I want to do Dr.T first, just to get that gold. Because I think if I had that additional time without my phone tripping out there, I think I would have got it. But nonetheless, I'm still not happy with that. Yeah, I think I agree with you on that, Brian. So to be honest with you, we're not going to get this. So we are going to retreat right now. And this is why... You know what? I think I'm going to have to agree with you on that, Brian, because I'm so focused on using that when I've got Bullet in here, because Bullet's normally at the front there, and Shock Blaster is absolute death to Bullet. So we got smashed there, but that's the whole point of this. We are going to practice, practice, practice. So 3 million gold. We're sending it again. Yeah, Brian, I agree with you on that, but I don't like giving up that easy, so we're going to send it again. Okay, so those two in the corner there, so we're actually going to start off with this one. 1 barrage, 2 artillery. Let's see how we do there. Perfect. Okay, so let's go again over here. 1 barrage, 2 art. Alright, I appreciate the support, Brian. Now, I'm feeling it, man. I've got to get it here. Gunboat energy is looking good. 1 and 2. I think I still might need... Oh, perfect. So we got all 3 of those rocket launchers with 2 barrage... Or, sorry, with 1 barrage and 2 artillery. So with the rocket launchers out of the way, we've got that 1 shock blaster of a Pesk in the corner there. And Brian, I think you may be right on this, man. It looks like I just started the attack and I already think I'm going to win, getting cocky already here. But it looks like this is doing better, and I think it might work. So let's start throwing some shocks down. Let's bring them back in the center here. So we still got tons of gunboat energy. But the more shocks I use, the more it's going to go down. That mortar, that mortar, that mortar. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Perfect. Okay. So mortar is down. Let's start working on that shock blaster, because even though it is no threat, it's still going to do a little bit of damage. So I think that should be enough there to finish it off. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Perfect. Okay, so I want to regroup right now. And we're back up to 100 gunboat energy, which is perfect. Okay, so that's where the shock launcher... Oh, no, I wanted to throw... Okay, so let's get a hack in here. We gotta work with this. Okay, so let's get another one going. Okay. Okay, so this is a little risky right here, and we're shocked. Let's finish it off. Get the shock launcher. Let's bring the troops back. And let's see what we're working with. So we got a handful of troops left. I don't know if that's going to be enough. I should probably try and take out that shock, I should try to take out that shield generator. But I do not know. So let's keep this going. Okay. Definitely not going to be enough. I think if I do fail this one, which it does look like it, I am going to focus some gunboat energy on that back shock launcher. Because I think if I had a little bit more troops here, I think this would have been good enough. See, with those being 2 level 3 shield generators, I'm still pretty surprised at how well we're doing at bringing it down. And that's only like almost a minute hitting it, so if we did have a little bit more time... Sorry, I'm just trying to get my charger in here to get my phone going a little more. Not having this die on me throughout the live stream. Okay, perfect. So we are going... So 18 seconds left. Yeah, I agree with you too, Brian. Like, that's 2 in a row now, so I'm happy that I have the gold, that I can keep this going. But nonetheless, it still is a little frustrating, especially we were close, but I think we can do a lot better. a lot better. So I think we've learned from our mistake here. Definitely going to reload, and we're sending it again. So still 2.3 million gold. We're still dropping gold pretty quick. Yeah, absolutely frustrating but fun. So this one we're going to drop 1, 2, 3. We're going to do 3 art on top of the barrage. And I was hoping that'd be enough, but that's okay. So now we're going to work our way in from the splash damage. So rocket launcher, 1, 2, 3, 4. And perfect. So we got those 2 down there. We got the 1 rocket launcher. So pretty much like for splash damage threat, I've got the rocket launcher, the shock launcher, and the shock blaster. So with 65 gunboat energy, I am going to try my best to work with that. And once again, let's see how we do. Look at all that ice. 2 shield generators. 3rd attempt. You know what they say? 3rd time is a charm. Let's bring it down. Yeah, I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. I wish that he would have actually had them a little closer together. So I'm going to actually shock that mortar now because it is becoming just a little bit of a threat. So the rocket launcher is down. Need to focus on the mortar, the shock launcher, and the shock blaster. So perfect. Okay. So we've got enough gunboat energy. We are going to reflare and shock because the shock launchers are down. I said we are going to reflare. Perfect. And we got to start working on that shock blaster. Once the shock blaster goes, which it looks like it's only a matter of time. Perfect. We're actually going to bring the troops all the way to the corner here, and I'm going to shock those MGs just to buy me some time. So it looks like I still have a handful of troops left, and that's the good thing about making these hits is you learn from your mistakes. And I got to give a shout out to Brian Bolda there. You know, he gave me some pretty good tips, and I'm pretty happy with that. You know, we started off with taking out, I think, the shock launchers, the shock blaster. Then, you know, we worked on that back shock launcher. And once I actually take out enough, I want to take out that cannon, and we're good. Perfect. So I think I have enough troops here, and I think we are out of range of that shot or of that mortar that we will be able to bring this base down solely on time and time alone. So if you're just joining us now, we're doing our nightly map clearing, and right on, Brian, we are going down. We are crushing it now, man. 3rd attempt. So there we go. So 3rd time is a charm. Learn from the mistakes, and that base is down. 2 level 3 shield generators, 8 ice. Wow. You know, I wasn't even really expecting to see many of these bases tonight, yet alone the first one. So, and we got the intel right on. Right on. So, decent amount of casualties, but we are learning with the RZCM, and so far so good. You know, 2 failed attempts with a 3rd time's a charm. Boom is right, Brian. I am very happy with that. Alrighty, so let's start making our way to the next base. And you know what? Since we've got the endless reserve, instant reload, and looks like we're going in on Calico. So we're just going to send it. So we've still got the RZCM loaded, and we're going to continue with it because it worked out very well. Okay, so instant threat is going to be that laser and that doom cannon. Didn't even check the ice, but I think he's got enough. So let's throw another one down there. Oh yeah, this guy's boosted ice. Look at that. Okay. 41, that better go down. Of course not. So you know what? Yeah, Brian, right on, man. I definitely agree with you on that. Hopefully we'll get a few more of them tonight. So let's bring that down. Yes, okay, so all that took was a smidge to bring it down. So what are we working with on our way in here? Shield gen in the back. Actually, I think we can get pretty sneaky with this. I'm actually going to waste a shock on that mortar. I do want to bring it down. Mortar, I do believe, is actually more of a threat to me than that rocket launcher. Alrighty, so let's actually bring the reef flare. Still working with enough GBE. Got the shock launcher. I'm going to throw a med kit down because we are very clustered. So let's start pushing our way in from there. Let's get a hack in there. Perfect. A hack should distract that shock launcher. And so the craziness of the RZCM there is there's just so much going on that they're creating chaos for the defenses. Like if you look at the machine guns, the boom cannons, I mean everything. I mean they're going all over the place here. So it looks like we've got a shock launcher and a rocket launcher to work on over here. I haven't even essentially done a reflare yet. I'm just letting the troops do their thing. Enough gunboat energy to keep everything shocked. I want to bring that shock launcher down again. Okay, so I think I am going to do a reflare once we bring down that shock launcher. It shouldn't be long from there. And to be honest with you, I think we still have enough troops and the critters there with what I have left to bring this guy down. So I still have another medkit after. I'm going to play around with this to see how it goes. But once again, having Everspark as your hero with the RZCM is an awesome addition because it keeps whatever defenses you've chose to ignore distracted, while essentially whatever remaining troops you have left, bring it down. And so that was a successful first attempt on Calco's base there. He did have a level 2 shield generator, essentially a baby shield gen. I think that's just 2 ice, so not too bad. We did get the intel, but once again, boom goes the dynamite. Definitely agree with you on that, Brian. Another nice roll indeed. So let's see if we can keep it going, and we're definitely going to keep practicing with the RZCM just because it is working for us, and if it ain't broke, why fix it? So we are going to keep with the NPCs, not the NPCs, sorry, the player bases. And since we are boosted, we are not scouting, we are just sending it. Alrighty. So, oh my god. So I do see 2 lasers and a shock blaster, yada yada, but the first thing that jumps out to me at this is no shield generator, which means cakewalk. So that laser is still going to be a threat to me. So I see a boosted ice in the corner there. That was probably going to take 2 more to bring it down. No, 3 more. Come on. Okay, still working with 142. So next, actually, I think I can keep those 3 shocked. And I think the shock launcher, the rocket launcher, and the shock blaster right in front of the core there, I do believe all can be hit with 1 shock, which means it would be 2 shocks. I'm going to focus some attention on this front doom cannon, and that's solely because I want to essentially shock these 3 in one go and keep the mortars and the boom cannons distracted up front. Okay, so let's send the first shock, and we've got the mortars, and the mortars once again, a little bit of a threat there. Okay, spaced out 7. Does he have 7 ice? No, he does not have 7 ice. But we are still stretching it, and we are pushing it forward. So I've got that shock launcher behind the core, which is a little bit of a threat. But once again, the RZCM doing its thing, pushing forward. And I think if we do get enough gunboat energy here, I think I'm going to throw a hack actually. Ah, 7 pixels apart. Okay. And Mr. ATM, Mr. At the Moment, is going down. Or he went down. Boom goes the dynamite. So that is, looks like the 3rd player base down so far. Perfect. So we're just going to go to the activity log there, and yep, so it looks like after Dr.T, the 2 failed attempts on our Chinese friend, and then Calculo and Mr. At the Moment. Down and out. So it looks like, oh my god, boys are doing well. I got to finish this map quick so I can get my op hit in. Brian, if you're still watching when we're done the map here, I'll let you choose the op, or sorry, I'll let you choose the base, and I will smash it. So we were going into W Badger here, and once again, no shield generator. Doom Cannon up front and 2 grapplers. Buddy is running 2 grapplers. 2 grapplers at 1157 VP. Are you stoned? I mean, like, come on, how many T-Med attacks do we actually get at this level? And to be honest with you, a little bit. I mean, I did have a video a week ago, T-Med Defend of the Week for week 15, which was a solid one. Yeah, save some for Supercell. No kidding. Okay, so, oh, I don't even think I reloaded my troops, or if I did, I just lost a whole bunch for mines. Yeah, we're gonna retreat there because I forgot to reload. That's a little embarrassing, but that's what happens. I think I forgot to reload. There's no way I lost that many troops right off the bat. Yeah, oops is right, Brian. See, still happens. Or when you accidentally throw a critter or a barrage on your Zookas when you mean to throw a smoke in the middle of an op hit. My very first hop, I can't remember the task force name, but I completely pooched the hit when during the walk, I didn't throw the smoke, and I think I threw a critter, which then screwed up my smoke pattern, and I got destroyed by the rocket launcher, so just embarrassed myself on my first official hop. So, not too happy with that. So, looks like we've got full troops, and we're going to send it again. Yeah, Brian, it was absolutely awful. Held my head down high, or low for that one. And I've done a few more hops since then, but still not the biggest hopper. You know, I am the leader of the OG Boomers, and I am also a leader of the little OG Boomers, which, like I said, is our feeder task force. We're a bunch of little guys. I think those rocket launchers were, yeah, why am I letting these things, so they're a little bit of a threat right now, and yeah, I definitely, it happens, Brian, it happens. Barraging the troops, that's what happens when you're not paying attention. So let's take that rocket launcher out, hopefully. So we've got enough gunboat energy here just to kind of keep things shocked and keep pushing forward. So I got a shock launcher in the back. This mortar I do not like. We got that rocket launcher in the back there as well. But I think we're going to try something here. So, pretty weird smoke pattern, but if I can hold them there long enough. You absolutely may be right, Brian, but never down and out until the op is over, or until the hit is over. And one more shock will be enough. And you are absolutely right, Brian. Okay, so I'm actually going to change the troop meta up right now, and we're going to send in some warriors. This guy doesn't have a shield. I want to start clearing some maps a little quicker. and warriors are definitely my go-to for that. Okay, what am I doing there? So back to the troop loadout. Here you can see in the top left the savages. We're going to load. Warrior time is right. Okay, we're going to bring bullet in, and we're sending it. So with the boosted troop health, Brian, and the boosted troop damage, this should go down pretty quick. And if I was using brick with battle orders, oh my god, it would go down even quicker. So I'm just going to be cautious here and just clear the boom mines and the shock mines. You see that glowing behind the flamethrower there. Do I have anything peeking behind the snipers? And looks like we don't. So it is go time. So once again, he does have the grapplers in here. So I do have to be cautious of the grapplers when I am... Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, Brian. If warriors, I mean, maybe stages 1 through 10, but I mean, like, come on. Like, that's it. Like, anything past that, you're really not doing much. So when I do throw the shocks in here, I do want to keep these grapplers shocked because they're going to pull it away, which then will effectively render taunt useless. So we've got the grapplers shocked. So 1 synchronized, 2, 3, 4, boom, 4 hits. And looks like we've got a total of 3 casualties. So that's pretty impressive. He didn't even get intel from me, so, and damn, we didn't even get intel from him. But I think it's got to be 4 casualties or more to get intel. So he got none from me, I got none from him. Would have been nice to get one. We only had 3 casualties. But oh well. Yeah, I mean, if I did, I don't even think if I lost those 3, actually no, if it was still 0 casualties, I think it still would have been 3 or 4 hits. So let's reload our 3 loss. Looks like we can claim. We'll do that in a second. Isn't this the worst, Brian? When you cannot attack because the landowner is online. So a little bit of a buzzkill. I think we're going to jump to the next one now. So Chinese friend number 3. We are going in. Should really learn Mandarin or Cantonese. Might become a little useful. So once again, since we're full savage, we're fully boosted. Check this out, Brian. When I normally do come against the shield generators on the player bases, I'm just gonna blast the shield generator. My formula, normally without even checking from the scout, is just normally 2 barrage and 3 art. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Brian. So this is definitely going to be a 4th artillery. So the base is down. He's got a nice little perimeter of mines around his HQ. Critter should take care of that. And look at that. Still have 138 gunboat energy. I don't want to flirt with the shock mine because that will create chaos for my timing. And since we are boosted troop health, honestly, I'm not even going to worry about those mines up front. Flare directly to the first sniper. 3 more smokes to cover, depending on the damage. Medkit, and medkit will be applied as required, and it is required. So now we're going directly to the core. 1, 2, 3, and we're still flirting with 70 gunboat energy. So that's why I like running 6 GBE statues. Some players even run 7 or more. But when you're fully boosted, and especially when the tribes give you the additional boost, it is insane. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this guy obviously had a little bit more health there. Probably has some ice hiding in those trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he's got 2 ice hiding in those trees. But we did get intel and a gear. So we did get a weapons part. Right on. Yeah, I thought that was pretty nice too. Okay, so we are reloading. Ooh, we can actually claim the chest. Yeah, so 6 gunboat energy, 3 troop damage, and 1 troop health. And we're going to go with the shards because I want to keep that building. And if that is the case in which you do run, I am exactly the same there, Brian. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 GBE, 3 TD, and 1 troop health. And having that, 66 troop health is an awesome bonus. Like if I was running skanks, actually, let's see if we can. No, NPCs will run a few skanks. We still got player bases to worry about. Okay, so let's go back to Chinese friend number 2, and he is, yeah, a lot of players run that, Brian, a lot of players. Okay, so once again, he's got the shield generator in the corner, so 184 GBE. This is almost child's play. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Still flirting with 143. Okay, so one more art to bring that down. So he's got the machine guns around the core, which will be a threat to my warriors and a big threat. And what am I looking at on the way to the core? So obviously I do my scout as I've already done my press the attack button, but it's all part of the thrill. You know, if you're confident in your game and you're fully boosted, I'm going to be completely honest with you, essentially nothing and no one will stop you. I think Master Morty and Ryan from the PSC Life, you know, even Shishkabobber 1, Zedmot, they all have awesome hits, you know, with RZCM on high VP player bases, which make a big difference. So, ground flare to core. You know what? You think Bullet will make that much? I mean, you think Bullet will make it that far without the flare timing out? I'm actually going to ground flare. Alright, I'm going to take your advantage. Or I'm going to take your advice. We're going right to core. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's keep that smoke alive. Keep that pattern legit. We hit a shock mine. Shit. A shoot. We hit a shock mine. And I think some warriors will be out. We're going to hit taunt. We've got enough for one shock. And believe it or not, I'm actually going to do this cluster in the corner. Keep the med kit. And be enough, be enough, be enough, be enough. There's so much going on here. My warriors are shocked. I don't like how this is going. Come on, come on. I don't like how this is going. Come on, guys. Come on, keep it going. I like how this is going. I like how this is going. Wow! I couldn't even actually tell how many warriors I still had alive there. I thought they were being consistently shocked. And look, Bullet was all the way in the corner there from the grappler. Not gonna lie, we pulled that one out of our you-know-what. That was pretty cool. So 40 casualties, mass casualties, you know, rest in peace, warriors. But you did us good. Another boom, Brian. Boom goes the dynamite. Agree with you on that one. So we're gonna reload, and guess what? We're sending it again. So Wu is right. I didn't think I was actually gonna get that one, so be confident in your game, be confident in your warriors, and they will pull through for you. So we've got the VP back up to 1,149. Looks like we're sending it on Jace. So I don't think I've come across any intel shields yet, or hopper shields. If I did come across one, I'd actually be doing an intel drop where I'd kill troops deliberately just to give our friend, our buddy, you know, diamonds and intel, you know, in support of the hopper intel shield. So if you guys don't have your statues lined up in the hopper shield, I highly recommend that you do. It's definitely helped me get my strategist medal, and it's definitely helped me along the way of getting a lot more intel. I think my record is 282 intel, and that was for Mega Crab, this March Mega Crab, just because of how much intel Mega Crab gives you with how much I was getting, you know, with clearing my map, with defensive intel, and you know, with daily boat and daily chest. So I'm just dropping barrages like I can afford, and ironically I can afford. So once again, we are going to directly flare. I like doing the flare landing, and that's just because I like keeping my troops aligned. 282, yeah, I screenshotted it. If you want to, Brian, I'm not asking you to join, but I mean, I've got a Facebook page for SkullCrusher Boom Beach, and one of the albums on there, I'm showcasing all of my leaderboard placements on Mega Crab, and I also have a screenshot of my intel record, so I have that on my SkullCrusher Boom Beach Facebook page. You know, if you're interested, yeah, definitely check it out. It's a pretty cool site there. So we got the troops along the HQ there. We've got taunt already activated. I've got a hot pot with a shock launcher I don't like. Cluster of machine guns. Oh, I don't have any. Uh-oh. Get him quick. Get him quick. Okay, that's going... Oh, no! That's embarrassing. Come on. Come on, guys. Come on. Pull through for me again. One more. Wow. Okay, so we're getting slothy with these warrior hits. We're using gunboat energy very, very wastefully. But that's because we have so much. And we're still pulling through on the victories. But I do like cleaner and more technical hits. And as of now, just because we're fully boosted, we can pretty much just crush and smash anything. So it's working for us. Another close one is right, Brian, so I think I'm going to try something here. And this is another technique that I like using when I have warriors. So I like to load brick with battle orders. And let's see if we have any player bases left. So we are back up to 1,151 VP. If I was to even consider placing on the Canadian leaderboard, I would need at least... Yeah, absolutely, Brian. That's the worst part of this game. You will be your own worst enemy. But we do have a saying, you know, live and learn. You know, that's exactly what we did in that very first player hit of the game. You know, we learned what we did wrong, we lived from it, we moved on, and we eventually got it. So you can apply that to life and just get things done in general. So live and learn, Brian. Live and learn, everyone. Okay, so looks like we've got no player bases left, just a bunch of NPC, but this is also an awesome technique if you're not familiar with, to practice on the NPC bases. So essentially what we're going to do is, first things first, let's just get those mines out of the way. And I've got enough gunboat energy that once again I'm going to be very wasteful with my smokes just to ensure I can pull this off properly. So this is essentially called the reverse landing, where you throw your smokes, reverse, then as you drop your smokes, one more in the middle, reflare between the snipers, and now I'm going to flare directly above the core, where my last two smokes will essentially be above the core and then the core. As Brick gets closer to the core, I will directly flare the core. She will stop in front of the core. I will activate battle orders, and it will successfully be in the vicinity of all the warriors. Three synchronized hits. That base just went down faster than you could blink. So that's why, you know, having the troop damage health, you know, with Brick's battle order, oh my, does it ever give a boost to those warriors. So that's a little bit more technical. That's what I like to see when I am using and applying my warriors for the nightly map clearing. So we are just going to reload and we are going to send it again. And I think we can clear these NPCs pretty quick, and then we'll finish off the live stream with an op hit. So I'm pretty excited for that. I hope you guys are too. I hope you are as well, Brian. Absolutely right. So Brian, I definitely agree with you. So I think target practice, I don't think the base is set up where I can pull this one off. I don't know what I'm talking about. Of course you can pull this one off on target practice. So what I'm going to do though is I need to clear all the mines, because it is a threat, especially when they're packed that close together. And this is what you've got to watch out for on player bases too. When you see those guys that don't have their mines spread out all over the place like SkullCrusher does, like I do, you know, they have 3 or 4 bunched together, you know, and then a few feet, or, you know, whatever dimensions in the game, 3 or 4 more, you know, around the corner here, 3 or 4 more. And the whole concept behind that is just because you want to keep it that way, because all it takes is for you to get sloppy on one hit. And see, like I just did right there, it looks like we forgot the flares, so we're just going to relaunch some smokes. We still have to launch Brick. Let's get them on the statue, get them on the statue. Okay, so we're actually going to go to that shock launcher. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so I actually missed the core with my last smoke, so half my warriors will be out of it when the smoke times out. So I'm going to start shocking early. And we don't even have the gumbo. We didn't even launch all the warriors. I don't even know what the heck happened there. Okay. So we're going to go to the next NPC. Not being very generous on the intel. That's okay. Hopefully the next few bases will give us intel. I think my task force is doing pretty well on intel, so I don't think I'm too worried if I get too much. But it's always good to consistently keep getting intel, whether that be defensively or offensively, you know, especially when your task force is going to showcase, you know, your weekly champion. You know, for us at the OG Boomers, it was Yun, so, you know, shout out to One, because last week, you know, he pulled in 214. I think the week before that was Ty at 205. I think before that was SkullCrusher, myself. Can't remember out what it was. Before that, again, it was myself again with the my record at 282. So it's always good because, you know, task force, it always gives friendly motivation and competition in the task force. And then, of course, you know, any players scouting your task force, joining your task force, see it as well. And, you know, when they see a number like that besides your name, they realize that this guy is, you know, either an experienced player, a serious player, knows what he's doing. And, you know, that's the reputation essentially that I want to give and I want to create with the Boom Beach community, whether that be in the game itself, you know, through Facebook pages, you know, through the Boom Beach YouTube community. I take this game, you know, pretty serious, and I love what I do with it. So let's see what we can do here. Perfect. Hopefully we can be a little bit more cleaner on this one. And I'm going to ignore my reverse landing and essentially just drop my troops with a flare landing up front, drop a pyramid smoke. We're actually going to go directly to this boom cannon, and it's going to be straight ahead to that shock launcher. 1, 2, 3, shock launcher, then core. Perfect, and the spacing on that actually worked out very well. So now we're going to go directly to core, battle order will fire off, and we're going to shock machine guns. Not even going to worry about that shock launcher because base will be done. I was going to say before the shock launcher could fire out, but looks like a few warriors peeked. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, most people still do that, Brian. I don't normally use bullet, intel, and weapons part. Awesome. I normally don't use bullet to solo NPCs. Might get back into it. We're fully boosted, and you've now planted the idea in my head, Brian. So, you know what? Let's see if we can pull off a bullet solo on an NPC. Okay, so we do have bullet. No, we got brick. So all we're going to do right now is we're going to switch to bullet. And once again, you know, with what we have, it really shouldn't be a problem. So let's take a look at Zenga. If I do have any shock launchers, I am going to gumboed energy them. No shock launchers. Oh, I don't have energy drink. I'm just, sorry. I am gonna end it because I still have taunt activated. Not activated, sorry. I still have taunt loaded from the previous attacks for my attack technique with him. So since we are now essentially changing the attack meta, yeah, I definitely agree with you. I'm not a big fan of the nerf at all, Brian, but Supercell got us on it. So if you are a good player, you will adapt and you will still utilize bullet and use them to the fullest, even with the nerf. So I've still seen some pretty awesome Callisto hits with bullet, so that would be still useful to use on that. Okay, so we've got energy drink loaded and a lot of cannons there. So I think we're just gonna drop GBE. We're gonna drop bullet. Looks like we took out all the boom cannons. We're gonna throw a critter box just to have some fun with it. So far, guys, if anybody new is joining us tonight, we've done Dr. Terror. Now we're just doing a nightly map clearing with different sets of troops. We've had fun with the RZCM. We've had some fun with the Warriors. Now we are trying bullet to solo an NPC. And once again, since this guy is a freaking monster, and since we have energy drink, unless I'm going up against 50 boom cannons, I think this one's looking pretty good. You know what? I agree with you on that, Brian. I think I'm getting a little cocky here. I'm trying to essentially solo everything. So we are going to flare to the right of the core here. And as we're doing that, I'm just going to throw a shock down. It's not necessary, but we have the gunboat energy, so why not? We're going to throw a critter box down too. Yeah. You've changed my mind yet again, so we're going to go for a clear, you know, right of the core here. I think I'm just going to get rid of... That's... Nope. I want to get out of range of that flamethrower. And now we're just going for the core. So, I mean, this isn't even funny. This is just like child's play. So, I mean, we could have wasted all the time, Brian, there and, you know, cleared everything. But I think it was a little bit more efficient just to get him to the corner there, clear surrounding defenses that were immediate threats, and then directly hit the core out of range of the flamethrowers. And looks like it worked out very well. Op now. You got it, bud. We're going to take a look. So I'm not even going to look at the bases first. We are just going to load. Probably we're going to go with the K9 Death Squad. We're probably going to keep brick loaded. Alrighty. So from what we can see left, we've got almost nothing left on Machina. Sorry, I guess I should say the task force has started dead end. Looks like we started it 55 minutes ago. We've got 2 bases down with Minnow and Machina hanging by a thread, and Dioxin at the bottom there with nothing left. Oh! Oh, that's funny. That's just a misunderstanding. Phone stripping out again with the ads. Just moving back. So, alrighty, let's keep that there. So, sorry, Brian, would you like to see the op hit now? Still plenty of time on that boost there. Fantastic. Alamo, Minnow, Dioxin. Alrighty, no problem, Brian. I think we have, looks like 1, 2, 2 NPC, 2 NPC, 2 NPC. What else? 2 NPC and a resource base. So we've got the AZ loaded. We've soloed a base with Bullet. So now we're gonna show some AZ skills, and this is a very easy setup. So I'm actually just going to clear that machine gun and that flamethrower. No problem, Brian. I think it's going to probably be about 5 to 8 minutes there. 2 more NPC bases and a resource base left to clear. So we are finishing off there. We will directly flare the core. And I think we will be in range of the machine guns. Move my face up there in case if I miss any of my Zookas. I've done that before. Appreciate that there, Brian. Oh, we've lost 1 Zooka. Not cool. I wanted to keep them all alive. So let's bring them back over here. And so we do have 1 boat of Zookas left. I've done it again by having my face where I keep my troops. Damage has been done. Too late. We will shock defenses in range. 1 synchronized shot. Boom goes the dynamite. So we are going to reload again. We should hit the NPC base that is right beside it. It looks like we did get intel on that. Awesome. We did get intel. Fantastic. Okay, so task force is getting chatty. What are these boys saying? Oh my, let me try to redeem myself from the last op. Go that far, good job, Todd. Would have changed. I just got to be careful here because, like I said, our chat can be a little bit vulgar at times. So, last thing I want to do is showcase something that could get me in a little bit of trouble. Okay, so ooh, chest there. So, if I'm gonna say that there's probably 2 diamonds in that chest. What do you think, Brian? You want to take a shot in the dark and guess how many diamonds we have in that chest? Chests, when they pop up for me now, it's normally pretty vague in the sense of the number of diamonds isn't very great. So 2 is just a number that I happen to get all the time, so I'm going to say there's 2 diamonds in that chest. You raised me by 1 to 3. Drum roll, please. Dun 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 dun. 2 diamonds. Looks like I win. What do I win? Not a thing. But 2 diamonds, not 3. Maybe the next one we'll get 3 diamonds. Okay. Yeah, normally 2. Definitely agree with you on that, Brian. That's why I wasn't surprised not to see 3 there. Okay, so still got the resource base up there. Looks like we've got recoil at the bottom here, and we are sending it. So this is a fun NPC base. I will clear this cluster, 2 rocket launchers and 2 snipers, and just to be safe I will remove some mines just in case if the Zookas get in the vicinity of them. Even though I do have troop health boosted, I don't want to take any chances because they're touching each other, which means if I hit one, it will set a chain reaction off that will set off the next one, which then will set off the next one. I don't think everything eventually gets set off, but it's enough. What's the mortar gonna kill? Oh yes, the troop health kept us alive there. So now we're gonna flare to our spot. So once again, that mine didn't do much. And looks like the phone is tripping out. We gotta get back right away. Okay, well, can we save it? No. And the ad there completely pooched my hit. We are under pressure. I've got enough gunboat energy and a few Zookas left there that I think if I shock accordingly, I think I can pull this one out of my butt. So, boom. What do we have? We've got a handful left. Gonna get that shock launcher and the rocket launchers on the next. Let's get one more. Come on, Brick. No! That was embarrassing. Oh, that was embarrassing. I'm gonna tuck my head down on that one. I do got a female phone, Brian. I was thinking of getting a new one. I'm still running a Galaxy S6. So once I do get a little bit better at the live streaming, I'm definitely going to upgrade to a better phone. Essentially, configure it, work with a PC as well, and put out better quality videos, better quality streams. And this is only the beginning, so things are definitely going to get better as I progress, as I learn more, as I study, as I educate myself on this. So this is a learning process and a journey for me, and I'm enjoying it very much. Okay, so let's be a little bit more technical in here. I haven't cleared my kill spot yet, but that's okay because I can still work with this. Get them. Oh, that's funny, Brian. Okay, so still enough left on the phone there. We are going to keep the Zookas in the smoke. Okay, and this one should work out a lot better. I really hope I don't touch a mine here, because if I do, this will be the end. Oh, you see the chain reaction. Boom. So that actually went so fast that that shock launcher in front didn't even have time to fire. And we got the intel. Boom. Fantastic. Another boom goes the dynamite. So if you guys do remember, if you do remember there, Brian, as well, we did end up getting, I think it was 34 intel to start. Yeah, I was right. I should have cleared some of those mines, and then the perfect example of the chain reaction effect of the mines setting off other mines. So that's why when you are attacking those player bases and you see a setup of mines like that, 3 or 4 few spaces, 3 or 4, a few spaces, you know, get those mines out of the way. You know, if you are sloppy, if you do make a mistake, we are human, this is a game, it does happen, it happens to me a lot. You clear those mines, give your troops a clear path, because that is the last thing you want to do, because when it happens and you're running low on gold and you can't reload unless you're using diamonds, it's a pain in the butt. And I'm speaking from experience, this literally just happened to me, I think, the other day. So back up to 10, 1157 victory points, fantastic. And I think we just have that resource base left. So if that is the case, I am going to load warriors, because this base is set up in a way where if I send anything else, I won't stand a chance. And I am an advocate of clearing my map every night, boosted. When I wake up in the morning, I try to clear again in the morning. Unboosted, most of the time unsuccessful, in the sense of I haven't been using RZCM, still going with my Zukas and Warriors, but as I'm expanding my gameplay in the sense of troop combos, I want to become a better RZCM player, so I definitely will be using them more in videos to come. So just want to be throwing that out there, because it is an important troop meta to use, you know, for effectively clearing player bases with very, very high VP. So my record itself for VP, oh that's right, I just want to get bullet in there, sorry. My record for VP has been 1,168. So I haven't, even when I get this one, I'm still going to be 10 shy of that. Haven't even come close since then. I think 1164, still 4 VP off. That's why this game is such a grind. You know, one day you're doing so good and you'll be up, and I have energy drink loaded. I need taunt. Come on, SkullCrusher, let's focus here. Oh, we do have Zanga. Zanga going down. I think this is the one that we soloed earlier with our boy Bullet. Okay, so here we go. And now directly to the core, we will flare on an angle to try to predict our troop path. And looks like for the most part it was fairly effective. I did lose a handful of troops, but that's okay, because we're boosted. So I don't like being sloppy with the hits, but when you're fully boosted, yeah, Brian, I 100% agree. And Shishko Bobber 1, I hope you're watching this. If you are watching this, I did really enjoy your videos, man, and your RZCM hits are really impressive, and that's what actually got me going in that direction a little bit more. You know, I've seen a few of Ryan's videos with his Ryan the PSC Life's his videos with RZCM hits, and I've seen yours as well. And the last one that you were showing there was pretty impressive as well. So just definitely want to give you a shout out to Shishk. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Brian. Great vids, and another Canadian as well. That's what I love about this Boom Beach YouTube scene right now, is how many avid Canadian Boom Beach YouTubers there are. You know, Crazy Turtle, Canadian, you know, The Chicken, Canadian, Zedmont, Canadian, Shishka Bobber, Canadian, SkullCrusher. Slowly climbing the ranks, Canadian. So we are definitely putting Canada on the map for Boom Beach, and I'm loving every minute of this as well. So before we finish off the last base on my map, which is a resource base, I'm just going to show you, get my face out of there, I'm just going to show you right now the leaderboard. So for global right now, we are barely scraping top 10,000, and you know, I'm a well over 1,100 victory point player, which then you can clearly see there's 10,027 players that have more victory points than me. Very competitive as we go higher here, and I've especially noticed the Canadian leaderboard has been getting higher as well. So definitely shout out to Zedmont. I'm a big fan of his. Sub to his channel. I love watching his videos. You know, Turtle as well. I've got mad respect for that guy. You know, he does an incredible job with the Angry Family, with his YouTube channel, how he's grown his brand, and just I don't know him personally, but just from what I've seen, he seems like an awesome guy. So Turtle, fourth on the Canadian LB, Zedmont at number 1 there. And then there's our boy Brian Shishka Bobber at number 10. So he's climbing the ranks there. I hope myself to get there pretty soon. Sandshark at number 15. Sandshark actually, we did an op yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before. And as we called in the hoppers, one of the hoppers that requested to join was Sandshark. And I was actually a little upset with my task force because they didn't let Sandshark in. I don't know if they knew, but I was like, man, that's a Canadian leaderboard ranked player. Yeah, I think I've heard that as well, Brian. So I'm hoping to get there. But as we are on the Canadian LB 216, so not happy with that. I hold myself to a higher standard when it comes to Boom Beach when I'm booming. So I definitely want to be climbing more. I am a boomer for almost 3 years as well. So I know Master Morty, it took him like 2.5, I think almost 3 years to get where he's at. But then again, he was a PP hoarder where he hoarded almost 4,000 power powders to push to where he went. And I don't know if he got global number 1. I think he did get 2 or 3. Maybe you can correct me on this, Brian. But pretty much Master Morty said that if you are pushing for a global top spot, global 1, global 2, global 3, you need 4,000 plus power powder. If you don't have 4,000 plus power powder, if you do not have 7 or more boosted ice consistently, you will not hold that leaderboard. You will not progress on that leaderboard. It is a cutthroat. It is a challenging business when it comes to that global leaderboard. So mad respect to those players that have been holding out on it. If I was to even consider it, I'm definitely about a year or so away just because my power powders are not at the level I need to be. So 216 for the Canadian leaderboard. Definitely want to push higher than that. So I definitely will be grinding and grinding and grinding to get where I need to be. Yeah. I didn't play when the game first came out, Brian, but I definitely did start a little bit after it. So maybe that's what got me not as maybe high as I would have been if I did start when it first came out, but definitely an avid boomer for almost 3 years. So let's get back into the nightly map clearing here, and we are going to jump into Sir Holly's resource base. Now, I've got mad respect for Sir Holly as well, because Sir Holly and I don't know who this guy is. If I ever met him, I'd shake his hand, because we've been going back and forth for over a year, where we consistently hit each other's base back and forth. I was thinking of doing a video of just screenshots, for the year, if I actually had that many of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But Sir Holly is a savage player when he comes to this resource base, because I do not like giving up resource bases. I like holding them out. And this guy is just as much as a serious boomer as I am. 2, 3, 4. So we should still have 98 gunboat energy. Enough warriors that with our boost should be able to finish. And here we go. Medkit, medkit, medkit. Throw in the medkits. There's so much going on, I can't even tell. Like it's lagging because of how much is going on. But we've got the Ring of Death. Savage Warrior was cool too back then. Yeah, I don't think I followed Savage Warrior. If he's a YouTuber, if that's what you're talking about there, Brian. Okay, and ironically, I also call my warriors savages, so they are savage warriors. Oh, no worries, man. Like I said, if I started my YouTube channel 2 years ago, 2.5, when I started booming, who knows where I would have been. I got to that point, I think 2 months ago, where I started, watching more and more of Zedbots and shish kebabers and chickens videos. Oh, he was. You know what? It's still probably not too late. It's the internet, Brian. Once that stuff's up there, man, it's up there. So I'll probably definitely check out Savage Warrior and what he's got, and maybe still learn a thing or two. Doesn't matter how long you're playing this game. With the constant updates, with the new addition of heroes, there's always new techniques to learn. New techniques means more practice. More practice means you will master. And then by the time you master it, the next hero or the next update's there, like such as the bullet nerf, which then sent everybody back. I think I was on team, We Riot after the bullet nerf, so I'm happy that they've done another update to adjust him a little bit more, making his taunt more effective in the sense of sometimes the weapons that were directly in the radius that should be firing at bullet were not firing at bullet, which I do believe created a huge scene in the Boom Beach community. Yeah, we have lost so many players. I wish this game just, I'm happy now that Drew's taken over now, I think, as the community manager for Supercell. I think he's made a great call, with the Mega Crab every month and, still having a team working on it. But it would be nice to see Boom Beach get back on the map there. But I myself, I'm still an avid Boom fan. Always have, always will. SkullCrusher, Boomer for life. So that was the last base on our map, which was Sir Holly, which means now we are going to load Warriors, and it's op time. So if anybody is just joining us now, we are hitting the op. Been streaming over the past hour now with Dr.T and map clearing. My task force started an operation. It's been some good conversation along the way. So, I hope you guys are enjoying. If you do like the content I am providing, please do hit that subscribe button. I do appreciate any support out there. So it is op time. Let's just check the sculptor now. I'm gonna clear this up. So 6, 7. So I can make a masterpiece of each crystal. No, I can't. I need one more guardian. Okay, and then I can make one of each. So that's 28 power powder already just sitting there. So I like that, kind of thinking ahead. I like building those large crystals. So I'm like, okay, 7 power powder, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, kind of taking it from there. So we need to get our Zookas on board. And Brian, as a shout out to you and as a thank you for supporting my live stream here tonight, we're gonna do a quick scout of each base, and yeah, man, I want you to pick the base I'm hitting. So this is what is left of Machina. As you can see, that core is only 260,000. Okay, so Machina hanging by a thread, 260,000. So we're going to make our way to Alamo. Alamo has barely been touched yet, still 298 force points. It is the toughest out of the operational bases for Dead End. And as you can see there, without even watching any previous attacks, it looks like we've got some Everspark hacks in there. Most likely thrown in with some Zookas or some Rukas, or maybe some HZCM. I doubt it, but you never know. Just to clear the upfront snipers, just start working on the path. Looks like the back shield generators most likely will be finished off next, followed by the rocket launchers that will be in range of the core, and then it should just be an AZ at about 8, 9 o'clock there, clear surrounding defenses and then hit that core. So this is Alamo over here. Still got almost a lot of work to do. Base number 2. Making our way over to Minotaur. Minnow. So Minnow itself is also hanging by not a thread, almost like a sliver, 223,000 damage left on that core. And if we all know, sorry, I didn't mean to get out of that so fast, and if we're all familiar with Minotaur, we've got a angry selection of rocket launchers waiting to destroy anything in its path, aka the Zookas that will be destroying the core, and a Doom Cannon. That might be in range of where the Zookas will be. Yes, it will. Okay, so that is Minotaur, and then we've got Dioxin down here. I called this base Dixon for like 2.5 years until I think I was watching Crazy Turtles live stream, and Machina was another one. I was always like, yeah, it's Machina, Machina. Then he was like, okay, guys, and now we've got Machina. And I was like, what? Machina? Thank God that when I'm reading these bases, when I'm looking at them, it's just to myself and not actually out in public. But shoot, if I've been pronouncing, Machina wrong this whole time and it's been Machina, then I'm probably doing the same with Dixon here, where I'm like, that O doesn't even make any sense for Dixon, it's Dioxin. So anyways, we're going to scout Dioxin, and you guys tell me what you think there. So Brian, if you're still watching here, bud, as thank you for your support, for sticking through my live stream here. I want you to pick the base that I'm going to hit, man. So here's what's left with Dioxin, and as you guys can see, it's a full walk for that core hit. I'm fully boosted, so I'm pretty confident in this one as well. I think I can definitely do it. But that is Dioxin there. Oh, right on, Brian. I appreciate that, man. Happy to have the support of anyone watching, especially any fans of the game. You know, I like putting on a show and switching things up, so definitely here to entertain. Okay, so we've got bullet loaded. I think we are going to try dioxin, because I'm going to let the task force finish off Machina. I am going to let the task force finish off Minotaur. I'm going to let the task force work on and grind out Alamo. Dioxin, I've got the gumboat energy for it. So the shocks, I think, are 1. So hold on, flamethrower, mortar, that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Is that going to be in range? That's 4. Laser is going to be in range 2. Crap, that's another shock there. This is going to be tough. Okay, so hold on. Everything's going to be in range. What do we have on the 1.2? Can I use bullet to my advantage here? Has it ever been done? Do I even want it? No. If I'm going to try bullet on dioxin, I'm going to fail a bunch of times first before I even attempt to think to know what I'm doing. So the path itself, I'm going to flare the landing far left. Most likely I'm going to flare directly in front of the mill boom cannon there. And then flare directly behind the cannon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might even be 6 shocks, Brian. Crap, because let's look at this again here for a second. Oh my god. So essentially my first shock would be the mortar and the flamethrower. So that's 1 right there. And then after that it would be, because I don't think this can be done in 1 shock, the 4 shock launchers and these 4 rocket launchers. Because I'm thinking the 4 shock launchers would be 1 shock. These 4 rocket launchers would be another shock. So now we're up to 3 shocks. This lone rocket launcher is 1 shock. We're up to 4 shocks. 3 shock launchers, 5 shocks. Yeah, you're right, 6. And then the laser, 6. But if I use bullet, shock him there, bring troops there, 5 in a critter. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to try that. And then the critter placement will have to be on the shock launcher, hopefully to distract this rocket launcher. Critter placement on that that shock launcher. So I'm pretty much going to leave this rocket launcher unshocked, and use the 5 shocks with the critter placement, and hopefully that will be enough to finish off dioxin for a spectacular live stream finish for our live stream tonight. So we're sending it, and if anybody is just joining us now, you are in for a treat. We are hitting dioxin live, and it is go time. So on my path, they're gonna go this way, this way, this way. I don't like these 2 mines there. So even though I've just wasted 8 gunboat energy, it's still the equivalent of using a critter, you know, 2 arts or 2 artillery. It's still more gunboat energy than using a barrage. So I'm quite happy with using 2 artillery to finish off those 2 mines. Okay, so this is, can I farm anything? No, it's not even worth it. I probably would have figured that one out first. Okay, so I'm going to move my face up here because I do not need to miss any troops here. This hit needs to be absolutely near perfect. So once I get them close enough there, I will flare directly to my cannon here. Or I'm going to go actually to that same spot where he was. If I lose 1 or 2 Zookas from the cannons, that's okay. Not going to lose any sleep from it. Boom cannon hit us there. That's okay. We still have enough on our way. I think we did hit a mine. That's okay. Directly to the kill spot. We're going to reflare. And now we're dropping smokes like it's going out of style. And I got some mines there that Azuka is spreading off the path. Don't hit it. Don't hit it. Don't hit it. Okay, guys, I've hit 1 mine already. 1 more mine is going to be the end game. Drop my 2 smokes. 290 gunboat energy. That is enough for 5 shocks. I don't know if I'm going to have enough for the critter because I am going to be throwing a med kit. Directly flare the core. There goes my critter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, not enough for the laser. Not enough for the laser. Not enough for the laser. Oh my god. Ah! And we missed the shock and we missed the rocket launcher. So it looks like we didn't even do half. Ah. It's getting excited. My heart started to race there a little bit. So that was a valiant, brave effort on dioxin, but unfortunately it was a fail. So I did lose all my Zukas. Would have been nice to finish off with a bang to give the show something spectacular there, but we did fail on it. So apologies to that. We definitely will get it next time. Happy my task force still has 14 hits left with Ty Savage. Oh yeah, geez. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate that, man. But once again, like I said, I like holding myself to a higher standard. So we're just going to view this replay one more time before we do bring things to an end. So we're going to go at ×4. So I did start off by clearing off the mine and the shock launcher, or the shock mine there. And I think I got sloppy on the shocks because the walk itself was okay. I did hit a mine. I was walking on thin ice because one more mine would have been enough to toast. That's the main reason why I got the troop health in for Mega Crab as well, not only for the boosted skanks, but to have them for my Zukas if I hit a mine. You know, a fully maxed mine will kill Zukas unprotected by troop health. So then we went directly above. 1 smoke, 2 smoke, 3 smoke, 4 smoke, 5 there. We dropped 3 more here. And I do want to slow this down here just to see eventually and essentially what happened. But I do think it was because I did not have enough for the laser. Right on, Brian. Happy you enjoyed. Once I get more comfortable and more familiar, you know, with my with regards to my work schedule and streaming, I will have a consistent stream schedule and video schedule to make things more consistent and convenient to you guys, the fans, essentially. So I thank you so much for watching, and Brian, I hope you have a good night, man. Cheers. SkullCrusher will be out in a moment, but you have a good night, sir. And there is the attack right there. Oh my. Fail. So the attack is over. The stream will be coming to an end. I hope you guys did enjoy that show tonight. We had some pretty effective map clearing in with RZCM, with warriors, you know, with bullet solos. We had a few AZ hits. We had an awesome resource base hit on Sir Holly. And we finished off with a failed op hit on Dioxin, but we did give it a valiant and a brave effort. So I do hope you guys enjoyed that. Sunday, April the 22nd, 2018, SkullCrusher will be officially ending the live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time. In 3, 2, 1, peace.